Yo, okay, guys. So we got a new article this week from Bungie on Bungie.net if you want to read it yourself. But it outlines what's coming with the Guardian games, which is just around the corner. But I think we got to talk about this scout rifle because there's a new Strand scout rifle that's available with Guardian games that we're going to be able to farm for. And they said in the blog post that it's got a pretty banger perk pool. I was like, okay, usually when they say that, they're actually pretty right because I know Mercules is over there and he's been curating some of the perk pools and some of the things like the Autumn Wind, which is stacked. So I figured they weren't lying to us, and lo and behold, this thing hit light.gg. Now I know this isn't really much of a spoiler. I mean, they already showed the scout, but if you are like, no, I don't want to know the perks until they start dropping in my Postmaster, hey, fine, go ahead and click off the video now. But I'm going to look at the perks that are in the perk pool so you know what you should be on the lookout for when Guardian Games drops. But you got to admit, I mean, it does look pretty cool. Now, one of the things they told us is that it is a lightweight scout rifle. So think Vouchsafe. I loved Vouchsafe. I've got, I've probably got around 2,000 kills on Vouchsafe. I really think that scout rifle is even pretty good today. You've got the Eternal Blazon, the Night Watch, the Patron of Lost Causes, or the Trials of the Nine Purpose scout rifle, which I still think does pretty well. So it's a pretty decent family of scout rifles. They don't have the fastest TTK in the world. It's a 0.9 second flat, but you don't want a scout rifle to have wicked fast TTKs anyways, because that would lead to an atrocious meta. But if you catch somebody in the open while you have a scout rifle out, you can melt them in less than a second still. But here we go. Base stats on the thing. Here, let me deselect these for you. But base stats on the thing. One of the things that stands out to me right off the bat is this zoom value at 19. So you compare it to other things, for example, the Hung Jury, different archetype, sure, but 22 zoom. So it's something, I use this as a reference point because a lot of people are familiar with Hung Jury. They use Hung Jury, so it may be easy for them to imagine what 19 zoom might look like if they're used to looking at 22 zoom. Vouchsafe, which I love, 20 zoom. So we're bringing it back, which I actually kind of like. I don't like telescoping things. So I think that 19 zoom value is going to be really nice and easy to handle, especially on a lightweight where you can move more quickly because that's sort of built into the family. Superb handling, fast, move faster with this weapon equipped. So I think having a low zoom value with your strafe speeds, all that stuff, it's going to be more helpful. Look at Hung Jury's aim assist. Look at the Vouchsafe's aim assist. The Taraxippos. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Who knows? Taraxippos. I might call it the Hippo Gun. I don't know. It's a weird name, or just call it Terra. I'm going to call it Terra. The Terra has 75 aim assist, much higher. So obviously you're getting a little less zoom, but a little more aim assist. This family of scout rifles tends to have, lightweight frames tend to have high aim assist. So this is on the higher end of the family of things that has high aim assist. So that's going to be helpful as well. But when it comes to curating like your mag and barrel options, I noticed the recoil here is 54. So I'm going to go ahead and slap on arrowhead brake. But TV, think about the range and stability. Hey, don't worry about the range. With no range perks on this thing, it is a scout rifle. 66.5 meters of range before you start to experience damage drop-off. How often are you trying to shoot people over 66.5? How often are you trying to shoot people that are like 70 meters out? All right, like almost every single engagement you're going to get into, that's not going to matter. Maybe that's a big deal for you and you really want to push that range out, fine. You can throw on keep away, but we'll get to that later. But I don't think range is really all that important here. I would say arrowhead brake, give me a nice recoil direction of 84, and then you're going to get that plus 10 to the handling as well. And these things already have high handling, so it's going to bump you up to 79. In the mag slot, I know everybody always has this affinity towards accurized rounds for the plus 10 range. And that's going to give you, a nice 69 meters of range before damage drop off. If you want that extra less than 3 meters, sure. I think less than 3 meters on this thing is not worth a perk slot. It's just not worth it. I think I would go with either Flared Magwell, which is going to give you reload speed and plus 5 stability. That's a very nice perk. I think it gets overlooked. Or actually Tactical Mag, because Tactical Mag is going to give you another round in the magazine. It's going to give you plus 10 reload speed and plus 5 stability. So I like that. Now I've got a 16 round mag. I got almost 80 handling. I got 69 reload speed. Lots of 69s on this thing. I think that's intentional. And then 47 stability. But I'm not too worried about the stability because the next thing I want to do is in this column. Now let's look at the perks. In this column, you've got Gut Shot Straight, Offhand Strike. Those two, instant shard. Do not keep a Gut Shot Straight or Offhand Strike Scout Rifle. Just, nah. You got Moving Target, which is one of the 2 perks I would recommend for PvP. You've got 4th Time's a Charm, obviously a very beloved perk for Scout Rifles in PvE. But then you've got Zen Moment. Obviously, Zen Moment just got recent buffs. So if you're looking for a PvP role, I think my #1 choice in this column would be Zen Moment. You've got Outlaw, which is never S tier, but always good. You've got No Distractions, which, again, not S tier, but still good. So, we've got Arrowhead, we got Tactical Mag selected, and I've got Zen Moment on here. Zen Moment's going to reduce that incoming flinch, which is basically going to give us No Distractions. So you're going to get that reduced flinch incoming, but you're also going to get the massive boost to stability. So that's going to help with that 47 stability stat value. Help keep that in line so you can beam people and not worry about having to manage all the bounce. And we also brought the recoil with Arrowhead to an 84 direction, making it even easier beyond that. Now, this next column is juiced. Absolutely juiced. You've got explosive payload. Obviously, people love explosive payload on scout rifles. It's a very popular thing, both in PvE and in PvP. In PvP, explosive payload can be really good at like inducing flinch and helping you out in those duels. You've also got Hatchling. Huge. Like, I'm definitely gonna want a Zen Moment Hatchling roll for my Warlock, because I love running my Hatchling Threadling build on my Broodweaver, and having another weapon that can drag and drop into that build is going to be great. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that roll as well. If you're not familiar with Hatchling, just when you get a final blow that's a precision hit, then it's going to cause a Threadling to spawn and go do some damage, which is great. You got Cascade Point, final blows or sustained precision hits with another weapon increase this weapon's rate of fire for a short duration. I don't think that's going to be a go-to perk here. I mean, situationally, it could be interesting. Focused Fury, I'm intrigued. Let's say you land, all crits on your first kill. It's a 4 crit kill. Then you move on to the second target. I mean, it's going to kick in way late. I don't think it's going to be all that helpful. You will get an increase in your precision damage, so maybe target number 3 would melt faster. But I don't know. I'm going to pass on it. Encore, always a great perk. Stability and range, sort of snowballing as you're engaged with people getting kills. I think it's a good perk, but I think on a scout rifle, specifically this one where we already have Zen Moment, we already have a ton of range because it's a scout rifle. I don't think Encore is going to be in the top tier of picks for me, which is surprising. Typically, Encore is a must. Like, I'm like, oh, gotta try that. Love Encore. But on a scout rifle specifically with Zen Moment, I don't think you're going to get a lot of return on your investment for that perk, especially when you consider what you're losing. You're losing out on things like Hatchling, and then the next perk, Kill Clip. Obviously, Kill Clip is huge because lightweights are, like I said, a 4 crit kill, pop, 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 at a 200 RPM. So if you get your kill, you reload the gun. Now you've got a 25% bonus to your damage for almost 4 seconds. That's going to give you a 3-shot kill. You're looking at a 3 crit kill. So obviously, for kill chaining potential, Kill Clip is huge. It's going to be a very great perk. I think you can't go wrong with a Kill Clip roll in PvP. And then lastly, you've got Keep Away. We know now Keep Away is a phenomenal perk. Gives you extra range, 10 range, I'm sorry, 10 range, 30 reload speed, and it gives you an accuracy cone buff, narrows that cone. So it's more forgiving when you're shooting these things. Keep Away is basically always going to be active when you're using it on a scout rifle. So the plus 10 range, that's only going to get you, like I said, I think it's like 2.8 meters of extra range. So on a range monster like a scout rifle, that's not a lot. You know what I mean? That's really not a lot in the grand scheme of things. But it's the 30 reload speed and the accuracy cone buff that's going to make Keep Away desirable. So you might see some people who swear by Keep Away on this thing. I don't think that would be a bad choice at all because of those other things you're getting other than range. So if I had to rank these, I think for me, for PvP, obviously Zen Moment, like I said, is my #1 pick, followed by Moving Target in the first column. But in the last column, I think Hatchling and Kill Clip are my top 2. Hatchling for my my Strand build. On anything else, I'd probably want Kill Clip for the 3-shot kill after reloading. Otherwise, Explosive Payload and Keep Away would be in the next tier. So that's kind of where I'm at there. So Hatchling and Kill Clip are in my S tier. Explosive Payload, Keep Away are in my A tier. I'm going to throw on a Stability Masterwork, bump that up to 57. Like I said, I don't really think we need more range. I don't think we need more handling. We already have almost 80 handling on this thing as it is. And then obviously you've got Classy Contender, which is the intrinsic origin trait, which is great. Which is going to give you a little boost to your class ability energy on kills, which I could see this being really good with, like, specifically a Secant Filament build if you're running like an Empowering Rift at range for the 3 taps on the Scout Rifle with Classy Contender giving you additional Rift energy back on kills while you're standing there. I mean, that could be pretty nasty. But otherwise, Amalon Fluid Dynamics is a great origin trait. So the upper 50% of the magazine has up to 20 stability and 30 reload speed. That's huge. Absolutely huge. So getting free stability on the top end of your mag, I mean, you can't go wrong there. So that's going to bump your stability up to, you know, say 77 and then diminishing over time. So it's going to start up here and go, as you're shooting, it's going to go pop, 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 come back down to 57. But then as you're taking those shots, Zen Momo's kicking in and bumping it up. So yeah, you basically have free stability throughout the entire duration of your duel. This gun's juiced. I'm stoked about this gun. I think this thing's going to be a banger weapon. Obviously, we also have the title coming back. So if you didn't get a great title SMG, it's a Void SMG. It's going to have a repulsor brace on it. So you've got some options there as well for both PvE and PvP. I always get these questions whenever I do these videos where I'm looking at stuff on light.gg. Sorry, I can't speak. People are always like, yo, bro, you need to run an ad blocker. I don't do that on purpose. And this is neither here nor there. But I use light.gg all the time. Right? It's a free service that they put out that does immense benefit to me and to the community. And so I think it would be selfish of me to put on an ad blocker and be like, no, you're doing all this work for me for free. I'm going to make sure you don't get ad revenue off me. I don't know. I kind of like, as somebody who makes a living off ad revenue, I'm like, no, I'm not going to run an ad blocker. These guys are a huge help to me. I'm going to let them get their bag while I'm using their service. So that's why I don't do that. But anyways, hey, hopefully now you know what to look for on this bad boy. What a beautiful scout rifle. I'm looking forward to having this thing drop. I also am looking forward to playing Supremacy again. It's like kill confirmed. I always thought Supremacy was a great game mode because it made people move. You know, you can't just like hang back, stay behind barricades, you know, lane with pulses and scouts in the back of the map. Like, you got to get up in there if you want to get your points. You want to win the game, you got to go collect the tags of the person that you killed. So wherever that person was when you killed them, you got to huff it all the way over there to pick it up, get your points. So I think that's a great game mode for keeping people moving around the map. Makes it a much more dynamic experience. So I'm all in for that. Should be fun. All right. Hey, if this was helpful, if you enjoyed this video, hey, leave a like on it. Now you know what to look for. Feel free to subscribe for additional Destiny 2 content. Thank you so much to, like I say at the end of these videos, we've had like over 2,000 new subscribers to the channel in the last 30 days. So I see you. Thank you so much. Welcome. I appreciate you for taking the time to hit that subscribe button into my Ride or Die subs. Hey, you're my heroes. Love you. Appreciate you. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible. Bye-bye.